Hey, ladies and gents, it's Michael with Born to Cruise on this Sunday, October 13th, 2024. I hope you're having an amazing week. Are you ready for some information? Here we go. Now, let's get started real quick before I do that. Remind you this, subscribe, like this video. You know, that's how this game works with YouTube. If we don't have subscribers and we don't have likes, this thing doesn't roll. I'm actually trying to build this page to help other people out there get this information because I am so dedicated after going on a cruise in July to spread the word. I was born to cruise and I want other people to know this awesome and amazing information, all right? So, really quickly, like and subscribe if you've not done so yet, and then tell others about the page because I do that. I tell people all the time about pages like La Lido Loca, which is with Tony, or Life Well Cruised with Alana, or the Travel Scouts. There's so many pages on YouTube, guys. So just check them out. Nobody's competing with each other. We're just all trying to give each other great information. So here we go. Today's video, the top 10 mistakes that people make when going on a cruise. Sometimes it's because they've never been on a cruise before, so they don't know what they don't know, all right? So I'm going to start at the very top of my list. I have a list down here, so you'll see me looking down at this guy. At the very top of my list, the number one thing is they overpack. So many times people overpack, and I will say that I did it. I am so guilty. In July, we went on an 8-day cruise. I packed 2 suitcases for me, 2 suitcases for my wife. I mean, we definitely had so much stuff. Now, did we have everything that we needed and then some? We did. But we had stuff that we never pulled out of a suitcase, and we definitely overpacked. So, minimize. I mean, you do need certain things when you're on the ship. There's no doubt about it. You want to make sure that you pack the essentials, and I'm going to have another video about the 10 packing essentials, 15 packing essentials that you must have, right? But there's so many things that you don't need to bring. So don't overpack, all right? That's the number one thing, overpacking. People do it all the time. It's the number one thing with cruisers, number one mistake they make. Number two, they don't pre-book anything. Now, if you don't pre-book anything, you don't have any excursions booked, your Wi-Fi bought, your packages for food, photos. There's a lot of things when you start going on way before a cruise that you need to be booking and thinking about. Do you want faster to the fun? That goes quick. If you're at a certain port, there are certain things that you might want to do. Like, for example, when we went to Freeport, we rode four-wheelers. I booked that early because I saw it and it said limited availability. So my brain said, I better book that now. By the time my brother-in-law and father-in-law got around to booking and trying to book, it was sold out. And so they weren't able to ride four-wheelers with us in Freeport. And so I will just say, book early because it also gives you ability to pay for those things ahead of time. If you're booking the cruise 6, 8 months ahead of time, like we did, we booked 8 months out. It gave us time, 9 months out. It gave us time to really be able to pay for the stuff that we put on our credit card because that's kind of how we did some things. Credit cards, some things we were just purchase that. Here we go. We're going to do that. We're going to do this excursion. We're going to ride jet skis in Key West, whatever it is. But plan ahead. The number two thing that people don't do is plan ahead. They just come to the ship, they get on. I didn't know I had to pay for Wi-Fi. I didn't know if I wanted an excursion, I had to book that before. I didn't know if I wanted specialty dining, I had to book that before. I didn't know if I wanted this, I could book that before. You can do so many things before. So that's number two. Number three, they don't leave enough time. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, they don't leave enough time to get to the port, to get home, things like that. Because, you know, a really seasoned veteran when it comes to cruising told me, Michael, you never travel in the day up. Never, never, never. If you're flying in, you fly in the night before. If you're driving in, you drive in the night before. Anything can happen to you, and you don't want to take that chance on missing this vacation that you've been planning for 8 or 10 months. And then you have a flat tire and you didn't travel plan enough time in there and you miss your cruise. I mean, you just don't want to be in that boat. It happens. Flights get delayed 20% of the time. So make sure fly in the night before so that you leave yourself time to get to your port early because you do not want to be missing the boat just because you didn't plan ahead. Number four, they don't bring cash. Hey, I saw on the thing it says everything is on your cell and signed card, Michael. And that is true. So many things. All you do is just hand your card and here you go. And whether that's in the casino or you're getting a drink or you're doing some purchase in the store, here's my card, here's my card, here's my card. But you need cash. Why? Tips for the first thing when you drop off your luggage to your porters, you'll want to give them tips, cash. There's going to be places that you're going to want to give cash tips. There's going to be ports, casino that you want to spend cash, whatever it may be, cabs. When you get to your ports, they're not going to take a card. If you're renting a four-wheeler like I'm going to do or a go-kart somewhere, you might have to pay cash. I'm going to Costa Maya in December, and Costa Maya we rented a golf cart and it's going to be 80 bucks. And I'm going to pay cash when I get there. So remember, there are times that you do need cash. Tips, luggage, things like that, ports. You just need to bring some cash on the ship and don't come on and go, I thought it was all sale and time card. I don't need any cash at all. You do need some cash, all right? Number 5, they don't know the rules. If you don't know the rules, you don't know the rules, and you might bring something on the ship or do something on the ship that is prohibited, and then that can get you kicked off the ship. It could get you banned from the ship. You just don't want to take any chances. Don't bring stuff that you shouldn't bring, okay? And there's a whole list on every single page, on every single cruise ship of prohibited items. Obviously, things like drugs, knives, guns, right? I mean, if you're following the cruise news at all, there was a lady not too long ago at Carnival Cruise that griped and complained because they took her pickles, her hot sausages, and her open bag of popcorn. But when she got to her room, her gun was still in her luggage. Now, there's a whole thing behind that. If you want to go see the video, go see it. But you shouldn't have a gun on the ship to begin with. Why are you bringing it in? She said she was traveling before, forgot that it was in her suitcase, ran the suitcase through when they got there. Okay. But I'm just saying, there's a list of prohibited items for a reason. Don't bring prohibited items on the ship. Don't take a chance, all right? You don't want to take a chance of getting kicked off, banned, anything like that. You've planned for this, you've paid for it, you've been excited for a long, long time. Don't take a chance, right? For me, I booked my trip last year in October, took it in July of this year. I mean, all those months I'm looking forward to, there was no way I was going to bring something on. There was a prohibited item. Now, can you bring wine? Yes, one person, each person can bring a bottle of wine. So if you're a couple, you can bring 2 bottles of wine on there, but you can't bring other alcohol. You can't bring drugs. You can't bring knives and guns, and there's a whole list of stuff. So check it out, prohibited items, all right? Number 6, they forget about gratuities and even prepaying for gratuities, because right when you go down your list, no matter who you cruise with, it's going to tell you what your fare is, all right? Your fare broken down. This is what it costs for the balcony room. This is your taxes. This is your fees. This is your port fees. This is travel destination fees. Every single thing is broken down, right? To the dime. And then they have another little section right below it, gratuities. And it tells you exactly what the gratuities are. Prepay for those gratuities. Because if you don't, you're going to get to the end of your cruise, they're going to get to the sell and sign cards, they're going to have $275, $300, whatever it is, on gratuities. Like mine, the cruise we went on in July last year, we had $270 or something like that. I paid for it before we went. I never had to worry about it. So prepay for your stuff. If you do that, it's paid for. It's just going to make it so much easier. You in the backside, you're not going, oh my goodness, there's $300 more after we spent money all week long. You do not want to do that. Prepay for your gratuities, because the people on the ship deserve to get paid for their gratuities. And if you do it beforehand, it's already budgeted into your trip. It doesn't kick you in the face on the backside, all right? Number 7. Number 7, they forget to put their cell phone on airplane mode. Guys, I'm a victim of this. I did put it on airplane mode when we got on the ship. I told my wife, put it on airplane mode. You're going to get roaming charges. Don't ever take it off, blah, 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 blah. We were in port one day. We had gotten back on the ship. My wife was saying that one of our bonus, or my bonus daughter, her daughter, was not getting one of our messages. And so I said, well, I'll just turn my phone off real quick because we're in port, probably still have Wi-Fi, and I'll send her a message. In the short time that I did that, not thinking at all that we did not have Wi-Fi, They nailed me. I ended up getting like $200 roaming charges for just a couple of minutes because it was on international roaming or whatever. So I'm going to tell you, put it on airplane mode and don't take it off unless you are in some place that you know for sure you have Wi-Fi and you're not going to be kicking on to international roaming because it's going to cost you. It cost me a couple $100, and I knew it beforehand. I had watched videos on it, and I just didn't pay attention for those 5 seconds, thinking it's okay. We're in port. I should be Wi-Fi, and sent a text message, and that text message, couple messages, cost me a couple $100. So big thing, airplane mode. You do have Wi-Fi on your ships depending on your packages that you buy. There are different packages, especially with Carnival. There's about 3 different packages per day. So get your Wi-Fi, put your phone on airplane mode, all right? Number 8, they don't take their muster drill. Not mustard, like you're going to put on a hot dog. Muster, M-U-S-T-E-R, muster drill. When you get on the ship, it's the first thing you do. Go find your muster station. As soon as you get onto your ship, where are we going? Mike, it's C4. That's where we have to go. Let's go to C4. Let's go. Get it done. It's not an option. You have to do it. There are people that will not do that, and then what happens? They get called down. Just, it's for a reason. It used to be so much more difficult back in the day, so I'm told, because I haven't cruised until last year, and so I wouldn't know. But I'm telling you, it's one of those things that you have to do. It's not an option. It's not an option. Do the muster drill. You go to your station, you watch a little thing, you put a video on at your room, and whatever they have you do. But it is very easy, and you have to do it. So it is a mistake that people make because some people think, I don't have to do that. That's an option. It's not an option. You have to do the muster drill. Okay. Number 9, they don't change their time to ship time on their phone or watch. Now, what I mean by that is this. Everything on your ship goes by your ship's time, okay? So, for example, we cruised out of Galveston, Texas. We live in Dallas, Texas, okay? Live just north of Dallas in a city called Richardson. We cruise out of Galveston, all right? That means that that ship is always on Galveston time, which is Central Standard Time Zone. If you're going out of New York, you would be on Eastern Time, whatever it may be, Fort Lauderdale, whatever. You have to know that's the time. Because when they say be back on the ship at, it's not the time that you're in that zone. It's the time that the ship is at. And there were definitely times that got confusing. When we were in Key West, I would look at my phone and see that it was 1:30 or whatever it was. Kicking back in my brain going, yeah, but on the ship it's 12:30. Because they're 1 hour ahead. And we don't have to be back on the ship till 3:30 because my wife was like, we got to be back on the ship in like 2 hours. I'm like, no, really, we have 3 hours. She was like, what? I'm like, remember, ship time, ship time. And so it was a confusing thing. So just remember, if you have a watch, whatever it is, set it to your ship time. Because every excursion, everything that you do is on and off that ship, and you got to be back on it that time. It's on ship time. Not the zone that you're in, time zone, whatever it may be, okay? Number 10, they drink too much. Now, guys, that could be a common thing on any part of this cruise, right? They drink too much on the ship. They drink too much at the ports. They drink too much, and they feel bad. Drinking, having a good time, hey, that's what you want to do, that's great. Don't drink too much and ruin your good time by just being sloshed. That's not any fun. Get on, enjoy yourself, have a drink, get a pep, whatever you're going to do. But don't drink so much you just get sloshed, especially when you go out to ports. Because if you're out in Cozumel or any other port and you still got to get back to the ship, how are you going to do that if you're trashed? Don't do that. Go, have a good time, limit yourself. Tell yourself I'm going to have 1 drink per hour, whatever it may be. And that way you're metabolizing and you're not just drinking and drinking and drinking and faster and faster and faster. The more I drink, Mike, I just had 17 drinks and I can't even stand up anymore. Oh my goodness. You don't remember anything. That's not a fun time. On the backside, you're trash. No good. Don't do it. All right? And whether that's on the ship, whether it's on the ports, believe me, the sun, the alcohol, the ship, it will get you, all right? And then bonus. How about a bonus? All right. I'll give you some bonus. Here we go. Don't overeat. Man, it's so easy to do. Everything is so good on the ship, and there's food everywhere, and you can eat all the time, and the buffets, and the snacks, and the fruit, and all of these different things, right? Yes, and it's always available in desserts and so many things. But try to limit yourself. Tell yourself in the morning, I'm going to have a croissant, and I'm going to have whatever, and I'm going to. But it is so easy, guys, to overeat on your vacation and really gain a few pounds. So remember to try and limit yourself as you can. I can tell you, I was a victim of that. I overate, no doubt, because everything was so good when I was on the cruise, and I just constantly was grabbing something else. Like, hey, look at that! I want a croissant, but hold on, I want fruit for breakfast too. But wait, you're gonna make me an omelet? I want an omelet too, and I'm gonna have coffee and orange juice. And there I was having coffee, orange juice, croissant, omelets, whatever it was, 2 egg omelet. I mean, all these different food. I just ate so much. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, I was always in motion because that's what I kind of do. So whether I was on the ship or in port, I was moving and grooving all the time, and I didn't gain too much weight. But hey, you can overeat really easy. So that's a bonus for today. Don't overeat. Lastly, thank you so much. If you're still watching this, that's amazing. 15 minutes later, awesome. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share the word. Hey, come back. I'm going to keep popping stuff on here. We're born to cruise. That's the name of this channel. You were born to cruise. I was born to cruise. Sorry for slapping that microphone. We're born to cruise. Let's do it. All right. I'm so excited to get this message out to you guys because, hey, I have a passion for it. So I'm going to continue to spread the good word. Here we go. Let's travel more in 24. All right. There you go. As sands through the hourglass, the days of our lives, right? They get shorter and shorter. So enjoy yourself, travel more, be smart, be safe. There's 10 mistakes that cruisers make, plus a little bonus on the backside. My name is Michael Merritt. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. Have an awesome and amazing day. And until next time, stay blessed.